Have you ever felt that Ramadan comes every year, but your heart feels the same? You fast, you pray, you read the Quran, yet deep inside you wonder, is my heart really changing? Ramadan is not only about staying hungry and thirsty, it is about a heart that wakes up, a heart that listens, a heart that finally learns. Ramadan is the month when Allah opens the doors of guidance wider than ever before. The Quran was sent down in Ramadan as a light for humanity, a clear guide, and a mercy for hearts that are tired, broken, or lost. This month is not just a routine, it is an invitation to sit with the Quran and ask, what does Allah want to teach me? In this video, we will reflect on simple but powerful lessons from the Quran during Ramadan. Lessons that are not only meant to be read, but lived. Lessons that touch the heart, heal the soul, and change how we see Allah, ourselves, and others. The Quran reminds us in Surah Al-Baqarah that Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was revealed as guidance for people and clear proofs of guidance and truth. This means Ramadan and the Quran are deeply connected. If we want to understand Ramadan, we must listen to the Quran with our hearts. One of the first lessons the Quran teaches us in Ramadan is sincerity. Allah does not look at how long we stand in prayer or how many pages we read. Allah looks at the heart. In Surah Al-Bayyinah, Allah tells us that people were commanded to worship Him with sincere devotion. Ramadan trains us to do things only for Allah. We fast when no one is watching. We control our tongue even when we are angry. We give charity quietly. All of this teaches us one simple lesson. Allah sees us even when people do not. Think about fasting. No one truly knows if you are fasting except Allah. You could eat secretly, but you do not. Why? Because your heart knows Allah is near. This builds honesty inside us. It cleans the heart from showing off. It reminds us that our relationship with Allah is personal and real. Another deep lesson from the Quran in Ramadan is self-control. The Quran teaches us that the soul often pushes us toward wrong desires, but Allah also teaches us that we can train the soul. In Surah Al-Shams, Allah says that successful is the one who purifies the soul, and lost is the one who corrupts it. Ramadan is like a school for the soul. We learn to control hunger. We learn to control anger. We learn to control our eyes, our tongue, and our thoughts. The Quran reminds us again and again to be patient. Not loud patience, not fake patience, but quiet patience that stays strong even when it's hard. Many people think patience only means staying calm during problems, but the Quran teaches us that patience also means staying away from sin. When you want to reply with harsh words but you stay silent, that is patience. When you want to look at something forbidden but you turn away, that is patience. Ramadan gives us daily chances to practice this Quranic lesson. Another powerful lesson from the Quran during Ramadan is mercy. Allah describes Himself again and again as the most merciful. Every surah, except one, begins with mercy. Ramadan is the month when Allah's mercy flows more openly. The Quran teaches us that Allah's mercy is greater than our mistakes. In Surah Al-Zumar, Allah says, "Do not despair of the mercy of Allah." This verse is a lifeline for many hearts. Some people enter Ramadan feeling heavy with guilt. They remember their past sins. They feel unworthy. But the Quran teaches us that Allah loves when His servant returns to Him. Ramadan teaches us to forgive ourselves and others. When we feel Allah's mercy, we become more merciful to people. We become softer with our parents, kinder to our children, more patient with our spouses, more gentle with strangers. The Quran also teaches us gratitude during Ramadan. When we fast, we feel hunger, and through hunger, we remember blessings. The Quran tells us that if we are grateful, Allah will increase us. Gratitude is not only saying thank you, it's using blessings in the right way. When we break our fast with a simple date and water, we realize how little we truly need. The Quran helps us see that happiness doesn't come from excess, it comes from contentment. Ramadan trains the heart to say, "What I have is enough." Another lesson the Quran teaches us is awareness of Allah, also called Taqwa. Allah says in the Quran that fasting was prescribed so that we may gain taqwa. Taqwa means living with awareness that Allah is always near. During Ramadan, this awareness becomes stronger. We think before we speak, we pause before we act, we remember Allah during daily tasks. The Quran is not only read with the tongue, it is meant to be lived in our behavior. The Quran also teaches us reflection. It asks us again and again to think, to reflect, and to understand. Ramadan slows life down. We eat less. We sleep differently. This change creates space for reflection. When we sit with the Quran quietly, it speaks to our personal struggles. A verse about patience feels written just for us. A verse about hope feels like a direct message. This is one of the greatest gifts of Ramadan. The Quran also reminds us of purpose. We are not here by accident. Our lives are not random. Allah created us to know Him and worship Him. Ramadan realigns our hearts with this purpose. Many people feel lost outside Ramadan, but the Quran teaches us that guidance is always available. Ramadan is a reminder, not a replacement. What we build in Ramadan should continue after it ends. The Quran also teaches us community and care for others. It reminds us to feed the poor, help the needy, and stand with the weak. Ramadan softens hearts toward those who suffer. When we feel hunger, we remember those who feel it every day. This is not meant to make us sad, it is meant to make us responsible. The Quran connects worship with action. Faith is not only prayer, it is kindness. Ramadan also teaches us hope. No matter how broken a person feels, the Quran opens doors. Allah loves when we turn to Him with honesty. Even a small step matters. As the days of Ramadan pass, the Quran slowly reshapes the heart, not through pressure, not through fear, but through love, reminders, and gentle guidance. And this is only the beginning. The Quran also teaches us consistency, especially during Ramadan. Many people begin Ramadan with strong energy. They read a lot, they pray more, they make big plans. But as days pass, energy becomes less. The Quran reminds us that Allah loves steady actions, even if they are small. Consistency is more important than perfection. A few verses every day are better than many verses once and then nothing. A short dua with focus is better than long words without presence. Ramadan teaches us that real change happens slowly. The Quran was revealed over many years, not all at once. This teaches us patience with ourselves. Growth takes time. Hearts change step by step. Another important lesson from the Quran during Ramadan is silence and control of speech. The Quran reminds us to speak what is good or stay silent. Fasting is not only from food, it is also fasting from harmful words. During Ramadan, we learn to stop gossip. We learn to stop arguing. We learn to lower our voices. The Quran teaches us that words can heal or hurt. Ramadan helps us choose words that bring peace. The Quran also teaches us trust in Allah. Life does not always go as planned. Problems do not disappear in Ramadan. But the Quran reminds us that Allah is the best planner. In Surah At-Talaq, Allah tells us that whoever puts trust in Him, He is enough for them. Ramadan strengthens this trust. We wake up early, we change our routine, we rely on Allah for strength, and we realize that He carries us through. Another deep lesson is humility. The Quran reminds us that everything we have comes from Allah: our health, our food, our faith. Ramadan removes pride from the heart. When we bow in prayer, we remember our place. We are servants. Allah is the Lord. This humility brings peace. A humble heart is a calm heart. The Quran also teaches us healing. Allah describes the Quran as a healing for hearts. Many people carry pain inside: loss, regret, fear, loneliness. During Ramadan, the Quran speaks softly to these wounds. It reminds us that Allah is near, that He hears every whisper, that He knows what we hide from the world. When we read stories of the prophets, we realize we are not alone. They felt fear, they felt sadness, they felt pain, yet they trusted Allah. Their stories give us strength. The Quran also teaches us forgiveness. Allah loves to forgive, and He loves when we forgive others. Ramadan is the perfect time to let go of grudges. Holding anger hurts the heart. The Quran invites us to clean the heart. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from pain. Another lesson from the Quran during Ramadan is hope in dua. Allah tells us that He is close and answers when we call Him. Ramadan makes dua more meaningful. We raise our hands with hunger and humility. We speak honestly. No fancy words, just truth. The Quran teaches us that Allah listens to the broken heart. Even if the answer does not come right away, Allah responds in the best way, sometimes by giving, sometimes by delaying, sometimes by protecting us from harm. The Quran also teaches us balance. Ramadan is not about extreme hardship. It is about balance between body and soul. Islam does not want us to harm ourselves. The Quran teaches moderation. We fast, but we break the fast. We worship, but we rest. Balance keeps faith strong. Another beautiful lesson is gratitude after struggle. When Ramadan ends, we feel a mix of sadness and joy. Sadness because the month is leaving, joy because Allah allowed us to complete it. The Quran teaches us to thank Allah after every blessing. Completing Ramadan is a blessing. Not everyone was given this chance. Ramadan also teaches us responsibility after Ramadan. The Quran is not only for 1 month, it is for life. The real question is not how we were in Ramadan. The real question is how we will be after it ends. The Quran asks us to carry these lessons forward. Small habits matter. 1 page a day, 1 kind word, 1 sincere dua, 1 moment of patience. The Quran also teaches us hope for the future. No matter where you start, Allah welcomes every return. Ramadan proves that hearts can change. If Allah allowed you to reach this Ramadan, He wants good for you. If He placed the Quran in your life, He wants to guide you. Do not think you are too weak. Do not think you are too late. The Quran was revealed for hearts just like yours. Let Ramadan be the month you listened. Let the Quran be the voice that stayed. As Ramadan slowly leaves us, its lessons should remain alive in our hearts. The Quran does not rush us. It walks with us. It lifts us when we fall. It reminds us who we are and who Allah is. Carry 1 lesson with you: sincerity, patience, mercy, Trust. Even one is enough to change your life. And remember this, Allah is closer to you than you think. Every step towards Him matters. Every tear is seen. Every effort is recorded. Let the Quran guide your heart not only in Ramadan, but every day after. May Allah allow the Quran to be the light of our hearts, the peace of our souls, and the guide of our lives. May this Ramadan be a beginning, not an ending.